everyone, so I'm here today to share some projects that I made using the new Candy Hearts die set and Heart Treat Box die set by Lawn Fawn. So here's the Candy Hearts die set, and it comes with 5 little candy hearts with cute little sayings that we're going to use a lot in this video. And then there's this Heart Treat Box that we're going to use to cut out a little box, and then all those little pieces inside the frame are the little decorations to add to the box that we're going to use too. So I cut out all of my pieces of paper or all my die cuts off screen. It took about 2 hours. I watched Good Will Hunting and just stood at my die cutting machine and got to work, and at the end of the movie this is what I got. So to start, we are going to start with a piece of pattern paper from Lawn Fawn's Gotta Have Gingham collection, and the Heart Treat Box is just one solid piece, and then it has a bunch of little score lines, and we're just going to bend all of those score lines towards the back, and they all go in the same direction, so it makes it really easy. And then once we have our folds done, we're going to go over it with a bone folder just to make sure that we have nice creases so that our box goes together well and has nice straight edges. So next we're going to add our adhesive, and the adhesive is going to go on only 3 pieces, or only 3 flaps. So this flap, that flap, and then that tiny little flap right there. Those are only 3 places you need to use adhesive in order to get the whole box to stick together. So I'm using a 1/4 inch score tape, and I'm using score tape because it's nice and strong, and we want our box to be sturdily held together so that it can withstand all the motions of people trying to open it and whatnot. So that's why we use score tape. And then I'm just going to make sure my score tape is adhered nice and firmly by going over it with my bone folder. And then I'm going to peel it off and start to assemble the box. So just watch what I'm doing here. It actually, once you score everything, the box is going to just want to put itself together. It just knows where to go. So it's really, really easy to follow. It's just 3 little flaps that we have to stick in. So that 3rd little flap, you just kind of piece it right in between the 2 corners there, and it fits perfectly. There's our little box, all good. And now we're going to close it. And the closure is you just kind of slide the 2 little halves of the heart together, and then they hold together, and that is the box. So it is so sweet. So now we are going to move on to decorating our box, and I'm just looking through my little selection of candy hearts that I cut out earlier, and I decided that the little cutie candy heart would be the best, so I'm going to punch out the little letters, and then we're going to add some adhesive to the back of the candy heart, and then add it to a little heart cut with Pixie Dust cardstock by Lawn Fawn. Then we're going to split it right in half. You could use a die cutting machine, but I found it was fine just to use scissors for this. And then add some adhesive to both sides of the heart, and then just apply them to those 2 little heart flaps on the box. And now we have a pretty little topper on top of our box. It's just adorable. Now it's time to dress up the sides of the box. You don't have to do this step, but if you want to make a real fancy box, you can. And I'm just showing you a trick to, I am going to just use the letters on the sides of the box, and I'm just showing you a trick to make placement of the letters nice and easy. So you leave it in the candy heart, and then you apply your adhesive to the back of the letters, and then you attach the whole thing to the little card panel, hold it down with your finger, use your picker tool, here I'm using a 2-in-1, and just kind of press the letters into the cardstock, and then we're just going to pull the candy heart off, and then voila, there we go. We have our little letters, and they're attached nice and neatly to our little side panel. So that saves us the effort of having to go and individually attach each of those 5 letters and line them up. So a little shortcut there. And then it's another way to get some more use out of your die cuts, because not only do we have the cute little topper that we're making here that says smile, but then we also are using the pieces that are left over to make another card panel. So I'm just using some adhesive, and then I'm going to attach it to the side of the box, and that looks good to me. And now we are just going to go through that process 3 more times, and we're going to make 3 different little decorative panels for the for our little heart treat box. So this is mermaid cardstock, and these little hearts are included in the heart treat box die set. They're just little decorations to make your boxes look pretty. And I'm just attaching that to some pixie dust cardstock that I cut out using another one of the die cuts from the heart treat box kit, or stamp set, or die set, that's what it is. Now we're going to make our 3rd side panel, and I'm just going to do the same thing, those little candy, the little trio of hearts. But first I'm going to put an arrow on my 2nd card panel. I guess not. That was a fake out. Sorry about that, everyone. So we're going to get back to working on our 3rd panel here, and I'm just taking that mermaid cardstock die cut, attaching it to the pixie dust panel, and now we are going to add the little arrow. And the arrow, I just used Nina Solar White cardstock for this one. Oh no, I used pixie dust cardstock for that. Okay. I think it would have been fine if it was the Nina Solar White, but it does look very pretty and sparkly. Now we're going to decorate our other panel, and I'm just going to take some of the little hearts that comes in the heart treat box die set, and I'm just going to inlay them inside the little trio of hearts frame. And I'm just straightening them out with my little, I don't know what this one is called, I guess a picker tool, not sure. And finally, we're going to work on our last panel for the box. And again, this is pixie dust cardstock. And we're just going to add some little hearts into the inside. And these hearts are a little bit bigger than the hearts that we had added on the 3rd panel. And that's fine because we're going to add even more hearts on top of that. So we're going to have a really, really pretty detailed panel. And those are little pixie dust hearts that I'm adding. And all of those die cuts come with the heart treat box set. It's really, there are so many different ways that you can use the little decorations, and I'm going to show you all the ways that I could think of in this video. And if you come up with any additional ways to use it, I would love to see that and know about it. So be sure to tag me on social media or leave me a comment here and let me know what other ways you discover to use the little decorations. All right, so I'm just holding the panels on to let the glue adhere. I noticed I had a little blemish on the cardstock, so I'm just taking my mono eraser and just kind of brushing that off. And here we have it. So we have our first little heart treat box. It's so adorable. It says cutie. And then we're going to open it up and just see what it looks like inside. Very cute. And then we'll close it up just to make sure everything is working perfectly. And it is. And now it is time to move on to our 2nd box. So for the 2nd box, I went outside the Lawn Fawn family for this cardstock or this pattern paper. This is pattern paper from MFT Stamps. They came out with a black and white collection, I think last winter, and that's what I'm using here. So I thought it would be fun to make like a zebra striped box and then add some really funky bright decorations to it. So I'm just doing the same exact thing that I had done before with the first box, just folding everything in on the score lines, going over it with a bone folder. We're going to apply our 1/4 inch score tape on those 3 little flaps that I had shown you before, and then I'm showing you again right now. So there are 2 large flaps and then 1 tiny little flap off on the edge, and that is going to hold the whole thing together. So the rest of the paper that you'll see here, it's all a paper from the Lawn Fawn family. I use the Gotta Have Gingham pattern paper, the really rainbow pattern paper, and then a whole bunch of different Lawn Fawn cardstock and rainbow colors. I think I use most of the colors. And then here and there, I had a few pieces of plaid patterned paper from other Lawn Fawn collections that I just can't name offhand. So here we have our little zebra boxes all put together, and we're going to close it up. And I had to go back and die cut some more little pieces because I didn't have the color scheme that we're going to use for this box. So we're going to do that trick again, where we're going to use the candy heart in order to get easy placement on one of the panels for a little saying. And this one says XOXO, and I'm just going to use my tool-in-one to press the letters into the paper. And if your hand slips a little bit and it moves astray, it's okay. You just put the letters right back into the center and you just keep going. And then I'm just removing the little, the inner part of the O there. All right, so that looks good to me. So we have one panel done. Now we're going to work on our little candy heart topper. This one says I love you, and that's raspberry cardstock and backed with black licorice cardstock by Lawn Fawn. For the second panel, we're going to use that's just Nina Solar White cardstock and then some black licorice cardstock by Lawn Fawn. That's what I cut the little trio of hearts out of. Just using my tool-in-one to get the right placement. And again, this is raspberry cardstock that I cut the arrow out of, and we're just going to place that on top, and I'm using a reverse tweezers there. And now we're going to make a little tag for the box, and we're just going to add on I love you to that. And again, these are all die cuts from the Heart Treat box set. So now moving on to our third panel, we're going to add some little white hearts, and then we're going to add some red hearts on top of that. And then finally some little black hearts on top. So at this point, I'm thinking this really has like a Queen of Hearts kind of look to it. Like that's what I was thinking. I think when I started, I was thinking like Valentine's Day or like birthday for like a funky friend who likes black and white. And then by the end, I was like, oh, it's like so much like a Queen of Hearts box. So there's that, I guess. And then I'm just going to add a little arrow here. And that's it. So the great thing about these boxes are, you could use them for any occasion. You could use them as party favors. You can use them to give someone a small gift. You could, if you have a child, you could leave one of these in their lunchbox with like a little treat or a little I love you note. If you have a coworker, if you want to just leave a little gift for them, you could use these boxes. It's just adorable. You could also use it, I think, to make decorations in your home. So if you wanted to make some Valentine's decorations, I think a bunch of these little boxes like on top of a mantle would be just adorable. They'd also be good for like Valentine's for a little child. Maybe instead of bringing to school some little cards, you could make a bunch of little boxes for your child to bring into school. I think that would be really, really fun. I think you could probably also make like kind of an advent calendar using these boxes. That might be something that's fun for maybe next year. Next year at the holidays, we're a little bit too late to do that this year, but maybe there's always next year, right? Okay, so now we are going to finish up this box, and I think it looks so cute. It's one of my favorites. Off camera, I made 18 more, so I made a total of 20 boxes. So I had a really busy crafty day today, I guess you could say. Just cranking out all these boxes. And I did not get through all of those little die cut pieces that I had cut out earlier watching Good Will Hunting. So that is it for these 2 boxes. Now I am going to show you the remaining 18. All right, so I thought I would just stop back and show you some of the boxes that I made off camera. So here is one that uses some nitpicky pattern paper by Lawn Fawn and then some rainbow pattern paper for the little heart closure. And I use the tag that comes with the heart treat box, and I just inlay set thanks in mermaid cardstock, and then I just let the little tail stick out a little bit so we have a little bit of striping there. And then to show you how the box opens, you just unhinge it like that, and then inside I found a use for the filler paper that comes with the Lawn Fawn packages if you order directly from Lawn Fawn recently. So it's actually like great box filler for the little boxes for whatever treat you're gonna have in there. And I just put one of the little avocado pins in there, and this was the free gift with a $60 purchase that Lawn Fawn was offering for the past 10 days. I think the promotion is over now, but I think I placed like 2 different shipments in the past 10 days, so I have 2 of these little pins, so I'm gonna give 1 of each to my niece and nephew, and I'm gonna just kind of set them in these little boxes and then give them to them that way. So if you've ordered directly from Lawn Fawn, you might want to keep some of your green packing and then use it for your little gift boxes. So this is the first. And then I made another similar one using the gingham pattern paper by Lawn Fawn. This is light blue, and then I used the pixie dust cardstock to make the closure, and then I also used the tag and I love you. I die cut using Moonstone cardstock by Lawn Fawn. So next, this one is a little bit more detailed. So this one I use the candy hearts, and I use just plain white Nina Solar White cardstock, and then behind it I use some Lawn Fawn sticky note cardstock. Again, made another tag. This time the style I use is a little bit different, so I just die cut the sentiment right into the tag and then backed it with a piece of paper. Whereas on this blue one here, I just attached the little die cut pieces to the top of the tag. And then on the sides, I kind of went all out with the decorating. So I cut out 4 panels, and I inlay some of the die cuts into the panel. So we have our little trio of hearts and the arrow that I layered on top. And then on this side, this is all sticky note. That's the yellow cardstock that you see there. And then I just kind of decorated it like that. So this one is a little bit more involved than the other, but it was a lot of fun to make. And all those pieces come with the treat box, and then the top is a candy heart that I just split down the middle. So I have another similar box, this one in yellow. This is fake suntan cardstock by Lawn Fawn, and then behind it is the sticky note. And then for this one, I just use the little letters from Cutie, from Cutie. We haven't seen one of those yet, but one of the candy hearts says Cutie, and I just added them there. One thought that I had when I was done making boxes was that, you know, it might be fun to take all the letters and see what other words you can spell. And then you could make your own personalized little box with your own saying with these tiny little letters. So here's the box that I showed you originally. That little heart's a little off center, but that's okay. And this one, I put the arrow across the top, and it doesn't affect your ability to open it. So next, here is another box that I made. This time I used the pattern paper that Lawn Fawn just added as a free gift to my package. So whenever you order from them, they'll put a few little pieces of paper or some kind of goodie in your pack. And this was the pattern paper from one of their plaid collections that came with it. And then this is peacock and mermaid cardstock to make the candy heart topper. And then the tag, again, this is those same cardstocks. And then for the little twisty tie, I just used the piece of twine that came in my Lawn Fawn package, just holding all my stamp sets together. So repurpose that. And then these are the sides of the box. So I kind of alternated between spelling out words and then just inlaying like various combinations of the hearts that come with the kit or come with the set. So here is another one. This one is pretty simple. It's just the light green gingham paper with some, I think this is the raspberry cardstock, and just really, really simple designs on the side. Probably didn't even need that, but I just added it for the heck of it. Another pretty simple little box. This purple paper comes from the Really Rainbow pattern paper by Lawn Fawn, and then this is the light lavender gingham paper. And then I just backed it with some pixie dust cardstock. This one says cutie, so it's one of the candy hearts that I split down the middle. And then I just kind of arranged the sides with some pixie dust cardstock, mermaid cardstock, and that looks to be about it. And this is a peach colored gingham paper, pattern paper by Lawn Fawn. This one I used a pattern paper from the Really Rainbow pattern paper collection, a candy heart that says XOXO, and I made sure to add back in the center of the O just so that it looked nice and finished, and added some hearts around the side in cilantro and mermaid and ballet slippers, and then just this is Nina Solar White cardstock. And so that is that box. Next, this one is one of my favorites. It might be my favorite box. I think it would be perfect for like a new baby, or if you're sending a thank you card after someone gives you a gift for your new baby. I think it would be nice. And this is the gingham cardstock or gingham pattern paper, and then Moonstone cardstock by Lawn Fawn. The thanks, I used pixie dust cardstock, and then I just decorated the sides with some more of the gingham paper and the little trio of hearts outline that's included in the treat box die set. So next I'm going to show you these three really fun ones. So I went outside of the Lawn Fawn paper collections, and I used some black and white from MFT stamps, and I made this one. It says cutie. It's backed with some black licorice cardstock, and then the color scheme is black and white, and then pink, yellow, and green. The yellow is a sticky note. The green is the cilantro by Lawn Fawn, and then I just did a variety of designs along the side. And I just love this one. I think it's so fun. I think it would be good for, it just makes me think like children's party, or again, like even like a baby shower gift or favor. I love the colors on this one. So another black and white that I did is to combine the MFT paper with the raspberry cardstock by Lawn Fawn. This one is a candy heart that says I love you, and then along the sides we have different designs, XOXO. This one just an outline of black hearts and then a little arrow, and then this one I just did a bunch of inlay here with the outline is just white Nina Solar White, and then the heart on the inside is raspberry, and then the heart on the outside is black licorice. And then here's another type of design for this box, and this one, I really love this one. I think it's so much fun, and it would be great for Valentine's Day or for a birthday gift for a significant other. It's just really cute. So this is another black and white one, but a little bit toned down. This one says XOXO, and It's gray gingham paper by Lawn Fawn, and then just some black licorice cardstock details along the sides of the box. So it's nice and simple, understated. Next, we have another cute little box. This one says hugs, and I did something I wasn't expecting to do. I kind of paired some of the lavender pattern paper from the Really Rainbow collection with some light blue pattern paper from the gingham pattern paper collection, and it ended up looking really nice. So I really like this combination. And then behind the hugs is moonstone cardstock, and then here are some of the designs that I placed along the sides of the box. So this one I had a lot of fun with, and these colors, it's just a combination of the lavender, the gingham, and then just some moonstone cardstock by Lawn Fawn. So that's that one. And then this is, I think this is one we made on camera, I don't remember, or maybe we didn't. Maybe I did this one on my own. So this one says XOXO, and this is cilantro cardstock, and then this yellowish orange pattern paper is from the Lawn Fawn's collection from fall. I can't remember the name of it offhand. And then I put a bunch of designs along the sides of this box, and you can see them right here. So this is a fun, bright, cheery box. I really like that one. So here is a simple box. So I just wanted to, with this one, see what would happen if you use 2 different color cardstocks for the flaps. I think it's a cute look. This is like a very pale yellow gingham paper by Lawn Fawn, and then that is guava cardstock and mermaid cardstock, and there are no designs along the side. It's just nice and simple design there. This one is another simple design. It just says smile. There's white cardstock backing that, and then this is green pattern paper from Lawn Fawn. Again, this came out just this past fall. I can't remember. It was part of the Christmas pattern paper collection, but I just thought it was nice. Since it's Christmas, I guess I wanted to have at least one that was red and green. And then here is another box. This one says Cutie, and this is pattern paper that was included in my shipment from Lawn Fawn, just one of the little freebies. And it's just really cute. That's sticky note cardstock backed with some mermaid cardstock, and just nice, simple. This is a good one to make if you're gonna mass produce. If you need to mass produce any type of party favor, these boxes are excellent for that. You don't need to put all the details that like I put on some of these. This I guess would be if it was you were giving someone a special gift. But these, you could make like one of these in maybe 5 minutes. One of the more detailed ones probably took me about 20 minutes each to make. And then finally, this is our last box, number 20. Really simple, raspberry cardstock on top. It says smile. This pink paper is from the Really Rainbow collection. I added a little flower from the I Love Eucalyptus koala stamp set that just came out just for a little fun. And that's it. So these are my little boxes that I made. Let me know in the comments which you like best. Also, let me know if this is a stamp, not a stamp set, but a die set that you got, and if you are like what types of projects you're planning to make with it. One last thing before I go. So, like I said, I will be having a bunch of giveaways this week. One of the items that I will be giving away is this Candy Hearts die set by Lawn Fawn. And if you would like a chance to win this die set, I think right now it's sold out at Lawn Fawn, just leave a comment on this video, and then on December 31st, I will announce the winner for that. And then similarly, I'm also raffling off the Heart Treat box, and if you would like to have a chance to win this die set, then just go over to my unboxing video for Lawn Fawn's Valentine's release, and that's where I make the announcement that this is one of the items that I will be raffling off. So just leave a comment on that video. And if you want a chance to win the candy hearts, just leave a comment here on this video. So have a great evening or a great weekend or a great holiday or a great day, depending on when you're tuning in. And I will see you again very soon in the next video.